Hey guys, welcome back. The Last Political Atlas. And this is Vietnam era Marine reacts to The Patriot featuring the Marine rapper. Or it's Topher. The song The Patriot featuring the Marine rapper. All right, let's get into this.
I told him someday I would buy galleys with good oars and sails to distant shores. Stand up high in the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course for the havens. Too many foemen, too many foemen.
Tens of thousands on my right, thousands by my side. War between good and evil, watching our fists collide. Battle for our freedom now, to the streets we ride. Flags waving all around, pages full of pride. This is where we make a stand, no more give or take. March around the Capitol, storm the city gates. Putting pressure on their necks until the truth breaks. All walls of corruption, take out all the snakes. Star Spangled Banner, got it playing loud and proud. People from all walks of life filling up the crowd. Defend the Constitution, many warriors have vowed. Casting down any among us who have bucked and cowed. Enough with tyranny, we come to take our country back. For all citizens, white, red, brown, or black. Return her to a form of glory, fix their bloody crack on the crown. Fetch it down, it's going down.
Well, it's well, how can you not love the Marines? And speaking as a Marine, and actually, and my youngest son was the only one of my 5 kids who joined the Marine Corps, and he fought in Afghanistan. And what's interesting is that the different periods that our country has gone through, and how they accept our military. Like World War II, they were greatly appreciated. You know, I mean, there was a huge price paid, and but those prices all end up individual. And when somebody gets hit on a battlefield, that's about as individual a price as you're gonna find. Right. And but we as a nation need to stand behind that. And my era of Vietnam is we weren't so loved. And but fortunately, that at least that the veterans, the Gulf War, and then our second one over in Afghanistan and Iraq is that our veterans were welcomed home and treated with much more respect. And it doesn't mean everybody served in the military as a hero either. I mean, we got a real hero worship problem in this country, and
Right.
But because it's not true that everybody served in the military is a hero.
Correct.
And but there are true heroes, and I know some true heroes. And but I think it's only like 2% of the population serves in the military. And he's singing what's he's singing about, but is that there's an issue going on in our country, and there's a question about it, and we need to raise our voices to it and challenge it when we think it's wrong. I mean, we go on a battlefield to protect that very right. That's why we go on a battlefield.
Right.
That's why we go out and we kill the enemy, or we die ourselves, or bleed, or suffer in a wheelchair, or with brain damage, the ones that they don't show on TV, the veterans that are so severely wounded and disfigured that they typically don't show them. And but the ugly side of war, and but the real ugly side of it is when our own country turns against the freedoms that, in fact, that those men and women on those battlefields are fighting to defend. And that's the real ugly, and that's exactly Marines, and I'll say generally speaking, are patriotic, and they are very patriotic. A buddy of mine is a squid, former squid, Navy, and he said, how do you find out if anybody served in the Marine Corps? And he says, well, give them 3 minutes, they'll tell you. And that's pretty much true about the Marines. I was laughing about it. I was thinking about it. I go, you know what? That's true. And because I'm guilty of that myself. And it was quite a cost to become a Marine. And there's quite a cost to be a Marine. And I'm not saying that there isn't to be in the Navy or Air Force either, and because God bless all the vets, and but we can't let our freedom slip away. When my son, I got really active in politics when my youngest son went in the Marine Corps and was fighting in Afghanistan. I said, I've got to, I mean, I was pretty active before, but I really turned it up. I thought, you know what? I can't let it fall down on the back while he's running. He's protecting the front.
Right, right.
So, Semper Fi, Marines.
Here we go.
Someday I would buy bodies with good origin, sails to distant shores, stand up high in the prow, noble by steam, steady push for the heathens, too many foemen.
My mama told me, yeah, she wanted that this day would come. I'm like my father, go to combat with the blazing guns. I survived that, then I came back to the place I'm from to face off all these haters and the battle in the place I love. You can't break me down, I'm indivisible. You still see my raps if I was invisible. But I'm standing tall, and I spit the truth. So you all appalled, cause you know it's true. They call it freedom cause the fallen troops pay for this. I love this country, doesn't matter how much hate I get. I take my colors in the battle, ain't no wavering. Cause this is for my warriors who marching to the cadences. This is for the sisters working hard on the ship. This is for the brothers getting y'all doctorate. Father, yeah, taking y'all on the ship. Baby, tell me why it's off of the Patriot.
Well, interesting, on the side of his trousers, as we call them in the Marine Corps, not pants, that's Navy, and is there's a red stripe down his left leg that doesn't go all the way down, or his pants are folded and you can't see it. But the Marines, that's called a blood stripe, and which all NCOs, which is non-commissioned officers, which starts with corporal on up, wear that blood stripe, and that's an earned stripe, if you will, and Marine Corps history. And when I saw that, you know, you think about it, that it's a blood stripe, and that cuts right to the core of what our military sacrifices for the freedom of this country. And then we have politicians that are giving that away or selling that right away, and they have no authority to do so. None of them have the authority to give away our sovereignty and our freedom. They do not. That's not a God-given right to them. That is not their right. And there are plenty of warriors in this country who have served and fought for this country, and many who haven't, but who know that this country is worth fighting for, and that our freedoms are worth defending. Because if we don't defend them, no one will. And it's up to us as individuals, just like it is that guy in the battlefield. You think about a corpsman, or corpsman, as Obama called them, is when that corpsman's on that battlefield, and they serve with the Marines. They're the only outfit in the military that can wear either uniform, and they can either wear the Marine Corps uniform or they can wear the naval uniform. And great respect and regard for the corpsmen. Marines do. Matter of fact, if it's a bar fight, don't pick on a corpsman if there's a Marine in there. And because you're going to be in the hurt locker, if you will. But that corpsman is out on that field, right, not to fight, but to save lives. And he puts himself they put themselves at great risk, personal risk, for one life at a time. One life at a time. That other life of that other person is more important to them than their own, and that speaks volumes about them. So we too need to put something at more value than our own personal lives, and go down to Arlington or take a look at it. Google it if you have to. I'd say go there if you can, or go to your local veteran cemetery and just read the markers, look at them, and think about it. Think about all those citizens that gave their all for this country, and before you start bitching about it and doing nothing, and talking smack about this country, walk in it, put the boots on and take a walk in it, and then just say, what is it we're looking for? What is it? And he's singing that very thing, as we just want our freedom. We just want to be left alone to be able to live. We don't want to live and be under persecution by anybody, by our neighbor or by the government or by a foreign government. That's what he served for.
Yep.
That's why I took an oath to the Constitution, just like our politicians do, except they don't honor it. Very few honor it.
All right,
But the
here we go.
military guys, most of them do.
Someday I would buy bodies with good origin, sails to distant shores. Stand up high in the proud, noble but pristine. Steady push for the heathens. Too many foemen, too many foemen, too many foemen.
And they censored that song, right?
Yep. Yeah,
Right.
this song had
Right.
major issues when it first came out.
Yeah. It's the truth. Yeah, it's the God, and they're doing pointing up to heaven, right? There's a cross in there representing the Messiah, right? And they're talking about freedoms and doing the right thing and not succumbing to the corruption of the politics. Yeah, and yeah, sure, I'm sure it had many problems. It's because the people who are in opposition to those positions, a lot of them have power, and it scares them. I mean,
Yep.
it's like the bank robbery, right? When the cop cars show up. I mean, they're pretty good until then, but when the cop cars show up, all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, you know.
Right.
And that's what our government's afraid of, is the cop cars are going to show up.
Yep. All right, guys.
That's us.
Yep. If you like this is Topher, the Patriot, featuring the Marine rapper. Check out their video in full. Go check out their channel. Like and subscribe their music. And also like and subscribe our content. Comment down below on other things that you would like. See you guys on the next one.
Simplify.